Let's start with the onset of the monsoon in India and withdrawal of the monsoon. Basically, the monsoon winds which enter into India are not continuous winds; they are pulsating winds. That is, they have a high peak and they have a low phase. They are not continuously flowing in the country. So let's start with the topic. The first feature, as I mentioned, is that monsoon winds are pulsating winds. The advent of the monsoon in India is majorly affected by the southwestern turn of the winds coming from the southern hemisphere, as well as the easterly jet streams which hits them at the bottom of the country, which leads to the sudden outburst of the monsoon. Monsoon stays for around 100 to 120 days in the country from the month of June till around mid-September, and during this whole period we find that the whole areas in the country witness monsoon. Yes, there are certain exceptions in the areas like the Deccan Plateau, like the desert zone in Rajasthan, and some portion of Leh and Ladakh, which are beyond Himalayan ranges, which do not witness a lot of rainfall due to their topographical locations. But most part of the country witnesses rainfall during the same period, and that is why the monsoon season is celebrated throughout the country and is welcomed very happily. Because of the shape of the peninsula of the country, the monsoon winds coming from the southwestern direction, they divide into two branches, one branch which enters from the Arabian Sea and one branch which enters from the Bay of Bengal areas. The branch which hits the country on the western side faces the first barrier in the form of the Western Ghats, and as a result of this barrier, most of the rainfall in the Western Ghat is witnessed during the months of July, that is with the advent of the monsoon, and these areas witness a lot of rainfall. More than 200 centimeters rainfall is witnessed in these zones, and till mid July and the beginning of August, these areas experience a lot of rainfall. Later on, these winds from the areas of Gujarat enter into the mainlands of the country. The branch which is entering from the Bay of Bengal side do not hit the eastern Ghats. They move continuously on the bay areas over the water, and it enters into the country from West Bengal areas, and from this zone we find that this branch again divides into two parts, one which enters into India and runs parallel to the Shivaliks, and one which shifts towards the northeastern direction and enters into the northeastern part of the country. The branch which hits the northeastern part of the country causes immense amount of rainfall because of the topography, because of the presence of mountain locks which is surrounding the whole areas, and the branch which is running parallel to the Shivalik range then moves forward, enters into West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh zone, and then hits the Arabian Sea branch over Punjab and Haryana area, and as a result of this hit, the monsoon starts from the whole zone. Majorly, we see that till the month of August, the monsoon is on its full fling, and most part of the country witnesses a lot of rainfall. Not continuous, yes, the monsoon comes and goes with a lot of breaks in the shower, but still the whole major part of the country witnesses rainfall. But as the location of the sun shifts, the movement of the wind again is affected by the change of the heat belt. As a result of this, with the beginning of the month September, the monsoon winds start retreating and moving back into the northeastern direction. The withdrawal of the monsoon is more of a gradual and quick process when we compare it with the advent of the monsoon. And by the end of the month of September, we see that the monsoon completely leaves the mainland of the country. The monsoon, the retreating monsoon, basically causes rainfall in the Tamil Nadu zone, and we'll study later what is the major cause for this. Now that you have seen what is the process of the entrance and the outward movement of the monsoon in the country, let's start with the major seasons witnessed by the country, in which you will study what is the exact process of the advancing monsoon and the retreating monsoon season. In our country, majorly we witness 4 seasons. The cold weather season, which runs from December to February. The hot weather season, March till May. Advancing monsoon season, June to September. And retreating monsoon season, October to December. To start with the first season, the cold weather season, that is in normal language we call it winters. The change of the season in India and throughout the world is majorly affected by the change in the position of the sun, which accordingly affects the heat belt, the pressure belt, and the movement of the winds from one direction to another direction. If the winds are coming from poles to the equatorial zones, then we find that they carry the temperature with them, a very cold temperature with them. As a result, the regions which come in their way tend to witness a lot of cold in their areas, a lot of low temperature in their areas. Whereas if the winds are moving from the equatorial zones towards the polar areas towards the higher areas, we find that they carry again the temperature with them, the higher temperature, as a result of which the areas get a very warm temperature in their surroundings. To start with the cold weather season, which is witnessed by the country in the months of December to February, the major reason behind this cold weather, the advent of this cold weather, is the movement of the sun, as I told you earlier. In the month of December, we find that the location of the sun is in the southern hemisphere. The location of the sun is in the southern hemisphere, that is, most part of the southern hemisphere witnesses straight sunlight, and the northern hemisphere is not in the way of straight sunlight, that is, it is witnessing inclined sun rays. As a result of which the heating effect of these sun rays is milder, is not so effective. Because the location of the sun is in the southern hemisphere, the temperature here is very high. The temperature is high, it means the pressure is low, and it is vice versa in the northern hemisphere, that is, the temperature is low and the pressure is high. As a result of which we can see that the wind movement will be from high pressure to low pressure areas, from north towards south. And when we locate India into this whole criteria, we find that location of India is on the Tropic of Cancer, as a result of which the wind which will be witnessed by our country is coming from the poles, which as well carry the temperature with them. But the country also has some boons on its side which protects it from any kind of severe damage. As you all studied in your class 9th, that in the northern part of the country we have the Great Himalayas, and these Great Himalayas act as a barrier, as a protector for our country in two ways. First is that they stop the cold winds coming from the north to enter into our country, and second is they stop the monsoon winds from leaving our country and going into the further areas. So like we are studying in the cold weather season, the wind movement is from north to south. Due to the Coriolis effect, the shift of the wind, the direction of the wind will be diverted into its right in the northern hemisphere. So this is the right deflection of the wind, and the wind is moving from high pressure to low pressure area. So this will be the wind movement. So the wind is coming from a northeast direction. The wind is carrying its temperature with it, but due to this effect, the country do not get to witness a very severe temperature. But still, the effect is shown throughout the country, and one thing that has to be noticed here is that the wind is blowing from land to sea areas. If the wind is blowing from land to sea areas, the result is that the wind do not carry a lot of moisture with them. If the wind is not carrying moisture with them, it is running completely dry, it will now start attracting or absorbing moisture from the nearby sources, whichever source it can find. You'll realize that in the winter season, we have, before the winters we have the autumn season. Autumn is that the leaves of the trees, they completely dried up, and the wind is so blowing with so much of speed that they carry the dry leaves with them. In Hindi we call it patchhad. Why that season? Because the wind is running dry and it absorbs all the moisture from any source it can find. As a result of this, the leaves turn dry. If if you are not able to follow that example, we can give a very common, very personal example, that in the winter's duration, our skin gets cracked, it gets all dried up, and we are required to use an additional moisturizer to keep our skin moistened. Why is that? Because the wind is running from land to sea areas, it is not carrying any moisture, so it tends to attract moisture from any source it can find. In the winter's duration, we find that the direction of the wind is northeast. It is running from a very high pressure areas in the north towards a feeble low pressure area in the southern direction. In this season, normally this sky is very clear, the temperature is very low, and the humidity, as I said, is very low. The days are comparatively warmer, but the nights are very cold. And there again we see a difference in the temperature in the northern and southern part of the country. The southern part of the country, as you all know, is a peninsula part. It is surrounded by water bodies on three sides. These water bodies, they show their effect, as a result of which the temperature in the southern part of the country is comparatively very moderate. As you move further into the land, you move towards the areas like Jaipur, Delhi, you find that the difference in temperature is very intense, and the cold that you witness in these regions will be more severe if you compare it with the southern zones, who have a moderating effect of the sea. So in this season we find that the temperature is intense because of the northeastern movement of the wind. Another factor which affects the season of the country in the winter's duration is the westerly northwestern disturbance, which comes from a very low pressure system which originates over the Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia. It moves into India along with the westerly flow, and this westerly flow causes rainfall in the northwestern part of the country, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, some part of Rajasthan. In local language we call it Mawat. So these regions witness rainfall in winter duration. This rainfall is not very high in scale, but still a very mild rainfall which is required by the rabi crops which they grow in this season in the winter's duration. Also we find that the movement of the wind is in the northeastern direction. So the Tamil Nadu zone witnesses rainfall here because the movement of the wind is from sea to land, as a result of which the wind carries moisture with it and sheds it over the zone of Tamil Nadu.